I'm already a millionaire in my mind. I don't see it yet, but I believe it now. In the same way a seed is called by its finished form, I'm accepting my divine inheritance as a child of God. I'm meant to have life and have it more abundantly. My treasure on earth shall correspond directly to the treasure in the heaven of my mind. Abundance is my birthright. Ashe, amen, and so it is. My name is Julian Gordon, and I'm author of Rich and Righteous: Spiritual Secrets to Mastering Money, Manifestation, and Your Mind. After becoming a multimillionaire through real estate investing, I was moved by God at the beginning of the pandemic to share my money mindset that allowed me to quit my job in January of 2009 at the bottom of the last recession and achieve full financial freedom. I own my mental real estate before I own any physical real estate. This book is like some of your favorites: Rich Dad, Poor Dad, As a Man Thinketh, Think and Grow Rich, and the Bible all in one. But the divine downloads and thoughts that are in here are 100% original and came for a 6-month period at the beginning of the pandemic. This book is normally $100 on Amazon if you went there right now, but I want to give you access to it for free by inviting you to our next reading group. Yes, the reading group is 100% free. Every weekday for 100 days straight, I'll be reading and discussing the 10 money commandments in the book that make money come to you in your life easily, more frequently, and abundantly. And it will take about 30 to 45 minutes as we read 3 to 5 pages per day until we finish the book and reprogram your mind around money. Why 100 days? Well, if you are 30 years old, you've lived for 10,950 days. And we have to deprogram and reprogram the negative, scarcity-based money mindset society has taught you. And I believe I can do that in just 1% of the time in about 100 days. I'm done with shelf help. You know, when you buy a book to change your life, but you never read it, it just sits on your bookshelf and collects a whole bunch of dust. We off that. When is the last time you had an author actually read their book to you out loud because they cared about you getting the information in your soul? I'm not just here to get this book in your hands. More importantly, I want to get it in your head and your heart, because that's where the real transformation occurs, in the conscious and the subconscious mind. As scripture says, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. This is not the type of book that you just read once. To renew the subconscious mind requires repetition over and over and over. So if you joined us last time, I encourage you to join us again. I myself have read this book over 10 times already. So click the link to join our next reading group, and when you sign up, I'm gonna give you the first 2 chapters of the book for absolutely free on what is money and abundance is your birthright, so that you can start your journey to a more abundant life today.
What's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Good morning. Welcome to day 2 of the reading of the Rich and Righteous. If you're new, you didn't attend yesterday, please go back and check out the first day of the video. We're into 2025. I hope everybody's having a great and prosperous year so far. I'm looking forward to 2025. Great things on the horizon. We're starting right now with cleaning our mental real estate with the reading of the Rich and Righteous. If you missed yesterday's recap, we talked about the 5 characteristics of money. The 5 characteristics of money. And it had to do with the acronym MONEY. M for magnetic, just meaning that money attracts money. And then you had O for objective. Money is neither good nor bad, it's objective. N for numberless. You know, money is abundant. It can't be counted or measured. E for energy. It needs to always be moving. Your money needs to always be moving. Energy. And Y for yeast. When it comes to yeast, yeast makes dough expand. When you put your money in assets, it expands. So those are the 5 characteristics of money that we discussed yesterday. Today we're moving into day 2. The reading is going to be starting with, what does money want? Share this out for somebody that you think needs to be rich and righteous for 2025. Make sure you comment in the comment section your takeaways at the end of the reading. Day 2. What does money want?
People say money talks. So I talk back to it and ask questions. Everyone talks about how much money they want, but they never consider asking, money, what do you want? If we knew what money wanted, we would have a better chance of attracting it. The same applies to attracting a significant other. People make long, elaborate lists of things they want in a partner, but rarely create a list of who they must be, what they must do, and what they must have to attract who they want. And instead of just asking, how do I get who or what I want, we can ask, who must I become and what must I give in order to get who or what I want? How do I become more attractive to money? I think of attraction from a perspective of being, doing, and having in that particular order. What does it feel like to be wealthy? How does a wealthy person think and feel about life and money? What is a wealthy person's rhythm? What does a wealthy person do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually? How do they make decisions? What are their rituals? What does a wealthy person have internally and externally? The beautiful thing about being and feeling is that you can access them right now from where you are by simply using your imagination. When I think of what it feels like to be wealthy, these emotions and words arise in me. Joy, peace, purpose, authenticity, alignment, patience, value, giving, generosity, caring, faith, creativity, trusting, discipline, abundance, gratitude, positive, and impactful. I believe that money is attracted to those emotions, states of being, and characteristics. Therefore, my goal is to embody them here and now. The idea that I can't begin giving until I have lots of money to offer is false. You can give as you go. The amounts may be smaller, or the way you give may be different, but the definition of philanthropist doesn't have a dollar amount associated with it. The dictionary does not say you have to give $1 million to be considered a philanthropist. Therefore, you can be one right now. Phil means to love, and anthrop means human or humanity. Therefore, a philanthropist is a lover of humanity and demonstrates that through how they give to society. The goal is to be a great giver, but to do that, you have to become a better receiver. Once we felt what it's like to be spiritually and mentally wealthy, then we can ask, what do wealthy people do that money is attracted to? I believe that money is drawn to those engaged in problem solving, multiplying money, networking, learning, mastering a skill or subject, leading, visioning, innovating, and creating value. And then finally, we can ask, what do wealthy people have that money is attracted to? Your inclination may be to think about the external things that wealthy people have, like nice houses, cars, clothes, and attractive friends. But the key to true wealth is making sure that your possessions don't possess you. The things that truly wealthy people have are internal and intangible, such as self-awareness, peace, joy, discipline, purpose, vision. And when engaging with others, they have good communication and a harmonious relationship. The states of being and traits are primary, and the things wealthy people have are secondary. Contrary to popular belief, truly wealthy people are not selfish. In fact, they serve a lot of people in terms of customers, employees, family, and community. Is it harder to get a job or create jobs? Money loves to be in service to others, not in your savings account. Money listens to me because all the money that comes to me and through me is earmarked for a greater purpose before I receive it. Earmarked means that the incoming funds are already designated for a particular purpose. People with poverty consciousness have their money earmarked to go towards bills. People with wealth consciousness have their money earmarked to go towards things they build. As soon as I receive the money, I will release them towards something or someone who will help me realize my God-given vision to help bring heaven on earth. What vision have you created that requires you to have $1 million to fulfill it, and or will result in you having $1 million because of the value you've created for others? If your vision only includes you and your family, $1 million will be a lot harder to come by because the virtuous cycle initiated by selfless service never kicks in. Though it may sound counterintuitive, selfless service is an easier path to $1 million than selfish saving. You can make $1 million by getting $1 from helping 1 million people, $10 from helping 100,000 people, $100 from helping 10,000 people, $1,000 from helping 1,000 people, $10,000 from helping 100 people, $100,000 from helping 10 people, or $1 million from helping one person. Whichever path you choose, it will likely require you to serve other people in some way. Wealth consciousness is a feeling and a way of thinking as taught by financial spirituality. Wealth strategies are a way of doing as taught by financial literacy. And wealth is having financial results. We can and must access the feeling and frequency of wealth first by using our conscious mind to plant and nurture seeds in our subconscious mind until we become aware of how wealthy we truly are as children of God. And once we feel it and know it, God will show it and grow it. If wealth did not start in the mind first, then everyone born without wealth would never be able to access it. And we know that is not true. People born without any wealth have become wealthy, and people born with wealth have died with none. When you understand what money wants and your being, doing, and having align with what it wants, wealth is inevitable. Being born into wealth is luck, but becoming wealthy is law. Open your rituals workbook and complete the ways to make $1 million exercise.
I want y'all to understand that last part of the reading there. Wealth starts in the mind. Wealth starts in the mind. If wealth did not start in the mind first, then everyone born without wealth would never be able to access it. And we know that is not true. People born without any wealth have become wealthy. And people born with wealth have died with no wealth. When you understand what money wants and your being, doing, and having aligned with its wants, wealth is inevitable. Being born into wealth is luck, but becoming wealthy is law. Starts with the mind. Moving on to the next section. Where is money?
Where is money? We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. Bring them here to me, he said. And he directed the people to sit down on the grass. Taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish and looking up to the heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaf. And then he gave them to the disciples. And the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. Matthew 14, 17 through 19. Money is everywhere. It is floating all around you right now in the form of infinite possibilities. You just have to reach out and grab it with your mind. Look around the room you are in right now and count how many ways people got paid off of everything you see. There are likely over 100 ways that money was created in the room you're in. But we are taught that getting a job is the one way to earn money. It is hard to achieve wealth through a job unless you also own part of the company. There are multi-million-dollar companies behind everything you see in the room you are in right now. Somebody saw dust and created the dustpan and a broom, or the Swifter. Marie Kondo saw disorganization and created the life-changing magic of tidying up book and brand. Somebody saw wrinkled clothes and made the iron in the ironing board or the steamer. Somebody saw dirty clothes and created the washer and dryer and detergent. Wealth consciousness is the ability to retrain your eyes and see the endless intangible economic possibilities that are around you at all times. The paper money in your purse or wallet is a record of past value exchange. But when you learn to see potential money, you realize that there is stored or potential energy everywhere. All you have to do is grab it out of thin air as an idea. You don't get money from man, you get money from your mind, and it comes to you through man. For instance, a job, a customer, an inheritance. Every idea that comes to you is not yours to execute. But if you keep seeking, you will attract a vision that aligns with who you are, what you know, what you've done, and what you want. So how do you grab this immaterial money or get it from man? You need a blessing model and a business model. From a spiritual standpoint, you want your blessing model and business model to work hand in hand. When I stopped focusing solely on a business model and started seeking out a blessing model, I got more blessings and business. Don't ask how I can make more money. Instead, ask, how can I bless more people? We will go over how to pair a blessing model and a business model in commandment number 7. Anything you complain about is a business idea. It may not be the idea that you were meant to manifest, but it just goes to show you how much economic opportunity is around you. Instead of asking, what is my passion? Ask, what problem am I passionate about solving? Doing so will help you see more money and grab it out of thin air. You are the cure to someone's cancer. You must find a problem you are passionate about solving, create a solution, and do whatever it takes to get it to all the people you are called to serve. Your wealth will be proportional to the size of the problems you solve for others with your skill mastery, subject mastery, or systems. When you are a blessing and not just a business, the power of righteousness kicks in. I believe that righteousness is a competitive advantage, and that rich and righteous businesses will always outperform purely profit-based businesses in the same space. When you think about the most sustainable thing of all time, it would be nature, which God created. It has a healthy balance of giving and receiving. The only thing that has disrupted the balance is human beings taking too much. The rich and righteous put purpose and people before profit, but strike a balance between them. Rather than creating a vicious cycle like corrupt capitalism, we create a virtuous cycle of giving and receiving as conscious capital. Open your rituals workbook and complete the money is everywhere exercise.
This reading we just done here, just want y'all guys to focus on ask what problem you are passionate about solving. Ask what problem are you passionate about solving. Whatever that problem is that you can solve and you're passionate about it, that will be your start to your road to wealth. Moving on to the next section. Why does money exist?
Why does money exist? Render therefore unto Caesar the things which are Caesar's, and unto God the things that are God's. Matthew 22:21. Jesus didn't come to bring you to heaven. He came to bring heaven on earth. Scripture says, thy kingdom come. When something comes to you, it means that you don't have to go anywhere to get there. In Luke 17:21, he says, nor will they say, see here or see there, for indeed, the kingdom of God is within you. We are here to bring heaven on earth, not to leave earth to go to heaven. Heaven can be right here, right now, when we are in perfect alignment with God. When we are out of alignment with God, righteousness, the greatest good for all, and our true beliefs, we experience the opposite, which some call hell. How does your life feel when it is playing out as you imagine it in your mind? You feel happy, amazed, joy, and aligned. How does your life feel when it is not happening the way you thought? You feel stressed, frustrated, confused, and overwhelmed. Heaven on earth doesn't mean happiness all of the time. Happiness is often based on what happens externally, but what happens externally is not 100% in your control. What we are truly seeking is the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding inwardly, which does not fluctuate up and down based on external events. We are asset alchemists. You can manifest something out of no thing. You can't see hydrogen or oxygen, but when the two become one and form H2O, they manifest as steam, water, or ice. The same is true for you, for how you create things as a God. We are meant to turn thoughts into things, the unseen into the seen, the intangible into tangible, the immaterial into material, energy into experience, and feelings into finite. The kingdom comes when we plant good thought seeds and hold them in faith until they yield good fruit. Hebrews 11:1 says that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Our work is to believe in our minds anything that is heaven sent until it is evident on earth. Asset alchemy is a process that requires taking our personal, intellectual, social, financial, physical, and human capital and giving them a current. As I stated before, capital doesn't become currency until we put it in motion. We get to combine our various forms of capital to create something unique that has potential to generate even more currency. It's known that energy cannot be created or destroyed. New energy is not being created. Latent energy is being unlocked and expanded. For instance, you may combine your intellectual capital regarding cooking, your social capital of restaurant owners, and your kitchen's physical capital and certain ingredients to create a new barbecue or hot sauce. Combining those capitals in your unique way can create currency or energy coming to you. Your revenues, which is what you receive, minus your expenses, which is what you gave, may result in profit, which is money or stored energy, remaining in your control to use. You can accelerate that virtuous cycle by turning that stored energy into assets such as a storefront, warehouse, a farm, equity, a scalable business, recipe books, a brand, trademarks, and other intellectual property. You took the capital in you and around you, turned it into currency by putting it into motion and combining it and creating assets. Money simply served as the most liquid, flexible substance you could use to get the things you needed to build the business you wanted. As children of God, we are also creators. It also says, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This is the principle of as above, so below. It is the Mother Father God's will for earth, our material experience of life, to correspond directly with heaven, our mental experience of life. When it does, we experience the kingdom of heaven on earth. But if your I won't are greater than your I wills, then you are likely out of alignment with God's will and therefore will have difficulty getting what you want.
Day 2 is officially in the books. What are your takeaways? I want you to comment below. Let me know, how was the reading today? Did any of these concepts resonate with you? One key takeaway for me for this reading: you don't get money from man, you get money from your mind, and it comes to you through man, like a job, customer, or an inheritance. You don't get money from man. You get money from your mind, and the money comes to you through man. Let that resonate. Once again, I enjoyed the reading today. Day 2 is in the books. We'll be back tomorrow. Make sure you guys tap in, like, and share this out to anybody that y'all feel need to be rich and righteous. Once again, we're doing 100 days of reading. We just getting started. I have a link in the description section where you can order the book to follow along. Once again, the book is print to order, so there's no inventory just sitting around. The book costs $100, but you get 5 books for the price of 1. If you go on Amazon and try to order it directly, you're still going to pay $100 for 1 book. But if you use my link, you're going to get 5 books for that 100. Share it out with some family members. You can sell it 25, get your money back, and still have your own book. But once again, look forward to continuing this journey. Once again, we're doing 100 days. Day 2 is in the books. We'll be back tomorrow, starting bright and early on our next reading. 2025 is going to be a great year. Salute.